Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Karen's Kitchen, and Merry Christmas to everybody coming on. This being Christmas Eve, I thought this would be an awesome recipe to do. There's my sweetie. Be a recipe because this is the time of year when everybody drinks eggnog. Of course, everybody knows that I don't put, there's my people coming in, Erlene and my daughter, and Cheryl, and then Carol and Sharon. Oh, well, thank you for everybody coming in, and thank you for inviting your followers. Like I said, this is a vegan eggnog. There's be no dairy in here whatsoever. I found this recipe on Pinterest, and I was telling Erlene about it this morning. Just very few ingredients. I'm going to use my Vitamix to mix it in, since I'm not familiar with how it would work in the deluxe cooking blender, and I'm used to putting in stuff like that in here anyway. So I'll put it in my Vitamix and mix it up, because you got to mix it up for a couple minutes. But anyway, what is everybody doing for Christmas this year? I mean, how are you celebrating the holidays? I know Erlene, she's different than, she doesn't celebrate it that much, but are you having family and get together with your are you having a get together with your family? Are you having a special meal, or how are you celebrating it this year? I'm going to my son's tomorrow in the morning. He called me earlier. He called me when I was at Walmart. Hi, good to see you. You're having family over. Awesome, Sharon. There's only going to be 5 of us, my son and daughter-in-law, my 2 grandkids, and me. But that's a small Christmas, but it's okay. It's fine. That's all this is. It's going to be. But I love being over there. Hi, welcome, and thank you, Benita, for coming in. It's an awesome time to be spending with our family. I don't see my family, outside of church too much, but this at the local pub. Where are you located? Because we are Christmas Eve right now, December 24th. In fact, it is going on 2:00 in the afternoon here. I'm in the state of Oregon. It's only 20 minutes till 2 here, so we are in the early part of Christmas. Oh, Australia, yeah, you would be in Christmas Day already. Well, Merry Christmas. I hope your Christmas is going great. When we're celebrating Christmas, yours is already be over for you, because you're almost a day ahead, several hours ahead actually. So that's basically the gist of it. Going to my son's in the morning and be spending most of the day with him. I'll come home before it gets dark, of course. My daughter says it's 62 degrees there. It doesn't feel like Christmas. No, it sure doesn't. We are on the cold side. We were 36 earlier. I don't know what we are now. We're only going to be in the 40s today, so we're quite chilly. We're not very warm right now. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 44 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, expect a low of 38 degrees.
See, we're 44 right now. Expect a low of 38. 69 in Oklahoma. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's going to feel like a heat wave to you, Erlene. We're supposed to be about 46 or 47 tomorrow with a low of 31 or 32 at night. I bet it doesn't. You're not used to those warm temperatures, I'm sure. It's really crazy. This weather is gone bonkers. But believe me, I'm not going to complain about it, because I don't like it real cold in the wintertime anyway. I mean, a Christmas being 45, 50 degrees, that's unheard of in most countries of the world that expect real cold weather. Places like my daughter's in Missouri, Erlene's in Michigan, those that are in Ohio and Indiana, all those Midwest states, they get very, very bitterly cold this time of year. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I didn't think I could do that. Yeah, probably, Erlene. That's the problem with this weather. It changes so fast. Yeah, I like it warm too. Now, we don't get all that much snow where I'm at here. So, but this winter when we got the snow in February, that was very exceptional. Got 18 inches in one snowfall. And that was an exceptional snowfall. Ordinarily, we don't get it. I think basically the norm is every few years, 3 years to 5 years, the weather gets really crappy here. So that was about the time to get it. So I'm assuming in another 3 to 5 years we won't have this crappy weather. But you never know. The weather is changing all over the place. It's not like it used to be, and it's not like we're used to anyway. And that's the problem. It's not like we're used to. We're used to, people that live in Michigan, Ohio, Missouri, and Indiana, and places like that. They're used to snow this time of year and bitter cold. So for them, it doesn't seem like Christmas. But hey, you take it if you can get it. If you can take the warm weather, get it, because you're going to get cold later on. You're going to want some of this warmth when it gets real bitter cold, like below zero. You're going to want this warmth. So yeah, take it while you can get it. That's the way I say. I'm going to take it while I can get it too. I'm not going to worry about it. If it doesn't get real cold here, it's fine with me. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started on. So I've got quite a few people in here, and I'm going to tell you what I'm putting in here. Now they say soy milk, but they said you can also use any milk that you want. So I happen to have almond milk, so I'm going to use the almond milk. And this is a 2-cup measure all, and I'm just going to put 2 cups in here, and then put the other cup in when I pour that out. It calls for 3 cups. I don't know why it calls for 3, but I guess we'll find out. And like I said, this is going to probably just about use it all up. And I've got another one I just bought today. So I don't know if there's even a cup left in here. If there is, I'll be mighty lucky. Let me get this poured into my container. Wow. Just about did a balancing act there. It just about lost it. Well, not quite a. I've got another one, so I'll get it out and I'll wash that up. Good thing I bought another one. I thought I better buy it because I may need it. May not have enough. And I use this in my cereal. This is the unsweetened. They say you could use the unsweetened or the vanilla, but I find it's better to use the unsweetened, the original. So that's what I do. I use the unsweetened original. I think it comes out a lot. Make sure I get the cup and not over it. Okay, where's that cup at? All right, there. Oh, there we go. Okay, now, there's 3 cups. I put 2 in before, and then there's the last one. And if you don't have these measure-alls, you can get those. Those are ideal. Let me go ahead and put this back. Okay, now it calls for 2/3 cup of vegan sugar. Now they show granular or cane sugar, which this is what I have. I have the Morena though, so I'm going to go ahead and use this 1 cup measure, and I'll put it in here. Just measure out 2/3 of a cup. This is almost gone, so it makes it a little easier now. And I'll put this up on my vegan Facebook page so that people can try to make this recipe themselves. Being this is Christmas, eggnog is real good, but you don't want the eggnog in the stores. I used to drink that eggnog in the stores, and oh my goodness, that's not very good to use. Not really at all. And this is the Twix-It clip from Pampered Chef. I like these. It just clips it right on there and closes it up. If I put this back. All right, now it calls for 1 tablespoon of canola or any other neutral oil. I do not like canola oil. I don't have any canola oil, and I usually use olive oil, but it's not a neutral tasting oil. If anybody uses olive oil, it's quite strong. So what I'm going to use is avocado oil. I think that would work a lot better. You can use avocado oil. You can use grapeseed oil. You could probably use sesame seed oil. Any of those oils that you have that would be neutral. I'll go ahead and put this back. Okay. And then 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And that, we don't put much of that in there, so that's all we need is 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now here it is. Okay. And then 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg, and then cinnamon is optional. I won't put that in there because I don't use cinnamon anyway. So that's optional, so I will leave that out. Set this back. And 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Okay. I'll rinse this off and dry it off, and I'll reuse this. Thank you for everybody coming in. I think of your people are still here, so I'm glad. 1/4. Sydney, leave the rug alone. She tries to take my rug and flip it over. She does. She turns to clear up. Whoa! This thing likes to... Oh. Sorry about that. This thing pops right off, and I'm going to have to get some new ones because it doesn't stay on there. So I didn't need to get my hand in there, but I had to get it out. Okay. Put that down like that. That thing. Okay. And that's basically all there is to it. You just got milk, your vegan sugar, your oil, vanilla, nutmeg, and of course then you can put cinnamon in it if you want. Now I'm going to have to mix this for a couple minutes at least until I get the sugar dissolved. We want to get it dissolved. I'm going to start this on low, and you're going to watch me do this. It's best to use these at the highest speed because they work a lot better. So I'm going to put that at the highest speed. I know it's a little noisy, but it does a good job. And just enough to get the sugar all mixed in. The sugar should be all dissolved because you need to get the sugar dissolved. They said 1 to 2 minutes. It should be all dissolved. I don't want to leave it run a whole minute, but I think it run long enough. It's, you know, like I said, with the vitamix, the longer it runs, the hotter it gets. So you don't want to heat this up. So, awesome. Look at that. It's nice and foamy. I've got a glass here. I'm going to put this, I'm going to shut this off. I'm going to got a glass here, and I'm going to put this in, pour it in. I have a jar. I'll probably have to put the rest of this in. I'm just going to set this up here for now. And I'm going to taste this to see what it tastes like. Let me taste this. You know something? This tastes just like eggnog without the egg. This is awesome. Very, very, very good. So I'm sure that you people are going to want to try this recipe because I think the nutmeg in that gives it down. Now, those that like are not vegan and like rum, they say you can put a little rum in it, but which is optional. Of course, I don't drink alcohol, but I think that kind of ruins it by putting that in there. But this is really good. You can see how creamy it is. Now, they say 3 cups of soy milk, but you can use any plant-based milk you have. I already had almond milk, and I use that most of the time anyway, so that's what I used. I didn't want to buy any soy milk extra. But as you can see, this made it nice and creamy. You can see how creamy. Look at the foam in that on there. Is that nice and creamy? This is awesome. And then, like I said, this being Christmas Eve, this is what we used to drink this all the time. That was, well, before I became a Seventh-day Adventist and plant-based, I would drink this stuff, not realizing, yes, it was. It was very easy, and actually, it tastes delicious. Very, very good. It is actually tastes just like eggnog, but without your dairy. Because the eggnog in the stores, some of it has alcohol in it. You got to be very careful. And I used to drink it all the time, and I loved it, but I didn't realize it had alcohol in it. You don't want to put that stuff in your body if you can help it. But look how creamy they came out. Let me try some more. This tastes just like eggnog in the store. Better, actually. A lot better than the eggnog you get in the store. So I'm hoping that you guys will try this, because this is really good. Don't be afraid to try something new, because you might like it. Thank you everybody for coming in. This is my vegan eggnog. Only has a few. Those are just coming in. I will tell you what I put in here. It calls for 3 cups of soy milk. Yes, I am. Oh, the ones in the dairy aisle don't have alcohol. Well, they're probably few and far between though, too, sweetie. But yes, I am vegan. I kid. What I put in here was 3 cups of almond milk. A little more than 3 years. Not too awful long. I was vegetarian before that, but I became vegan about 3 years ago. I decided that's what I best to do. But anyway, this calls for soy milk, but she also said you can use any plant-based milk you have. And since I use almond milk the most, I put that in there. Unsweetened kind, original. 2/3 cup of vegan sugar. Well, cinnamon. Cinnamon it's got some kind of ingredient in it that we really don't use. Have you ever tried that? People have tried that cinnamon spoon test. That's one of the reasons why. That stuff is so potent. It's just not, real good. So, I use cardamom in place of cinnamon, which tastes just like cinnamon, and it's better for you. So I use cardamom. So whenever it calls for cinnamon, of course the cinnamon was optional. I didn't put that in here since it was optional, but I did put the nutmeg in here. Of course, the nutmeg makes it taste really good. Gives it that vibrant flavor. But look, look how it's awesome. I mean, you can't get any better. You can't get any better than that. A vegan eggnog, and this being this being Christmas Eve, this is a lot better. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. You just a little bit at a time, but I just prefer cardamom over cinnamon because cardamom is so close to cinnamon in taste, and I'd rather use that anyway. So that's what I do. But since it was optional in here, I didn't put it in anyway. But I did put the nutmeg in here because nutmeg is awesome. It gives this a very good flavor. Really awesome. This is a good drink. And this is I don't eat any meat. No, I don't eat any meat. I'm a vegan. I don't eat any animal products or dairy products. Yeah, it said it was optional though, sweetie. It only just took very little bit, about a 1/4 teaspoon or something. But I put the nutmeg in here, and it doesn't really need the cardamom. It actually tastes really good, just the way it is. It was optional, so I left it out. Yeah, I could have. It said it was optional. I thought, well, it's okay. I put with the nutmeg in there. It's fine. I mean, it's so close to tasting like nutmeg. Your eggnog you buy in the store. And if you're used to living on eggnog like I was years ago when I was a little kid, I mean, I know what eggnog tastes like out of the containers, and I used to buy it, but no more. If I can make my own, why not? And when I found this on Pinterest, I thought, I'm going to bake this. I'm going to have to open up the door and let my dogs out. Just a minute. Okay, come on, Sydney, going outside. Come on, walk out. So it's easy to make it yourself. At least when you make it yourself, you know what's in it. You don't have to sit there and second guess. I know. That's what makes it so bad, Arlene, is the raw eggs in it. That's what this is, dairy-free, and it tastes just like in the store, but doesn't have the eggs in it. No dairy of any kind, which makes this so much better. I am amazed at the taste of it and the flavor of it. I thought, I've got to try this and see what this is like. There were several different eggnog recipes in there. One used cashews, and I thought, well, I didn't have any cashews soaked, and I didn't want to do that one. When I saw this, and I thought, Well, this is easy enough. I've got everything right here, and I can just fix it. Oh, makes your stomach hurt. Well, then something like this would be great for you. And you know something? I don't eat eggs either. But the cookie I made yesterday, when I made it, it called for 2 eggs. I put flax in it. If you know what flax is, it takes 1 tablespoon of flax meal to 3 tablespoons of water per egg. Because you got to use 1 table, so that equals 1 egg. And then I use 2 tablespoons of flax plus 6 tablespoons of water to make my flax eggs. It's a lot better for you. You know what it is. You got to be so careful nowadays what you put in your body, because the manufacturers don't really care what they put what ingredients they put in the food, and they'll put something in there that's going to make you sick to your stomach, And if you get sick on eggs, then it'd be real easy for you to give up dairy real quick, real quick. I mean, I'm not saying I don't miss eggs. In a way I do, but in a way I don't, because I haven't had them in so long that I can do without them. I mean, I can make tofu scramble, which is made almost like and I also found a vegan scrambled egg recipe on Pinterest that I want to try, which is made out of tofu, but it doesn't have anything, but it doesn't taste like tofu scramble. It's still a little bit different. It's got two different kinds of tofu in it. So I plan on making that one of these days, the vegan scrambled eggs. So that'll be good too. You just have to know what you can have and what you can't have, and do accordingly. And since I don't eat eggs, I don't eat milk, dairy milk. I don't eat meat. I don't eat cheese. I thought this would be ideal because this is non-dairy. It's vegan, and that is healthier that way. I know what's in it. I don't have to, like I said, I don't have to second guess. I look at my ingredients and says, oh yeah, that's what I put in it. Very simple ingredients. I used avocado oil instead of your olive oil, because olive oil is not the extra virgin olive oil is kind of strong, so you want a neutral tasting oil. So if you make this yourself, don't use the extra virgin olive oil. Now if you've got light olive oil, that would work, but not the extra virgin, because that's real strong tasting. So you want to use it, like I said, you can use grapeseed, avocado, sesame oil, any of those oils that you might have over and above olive oil. So I happen to have avocado oil. I use it a time or two, and I thought, I'll just put that in there. But this is good. It really is. Oh. This is magnificent. I can't believe how close to eggnog it tastes. It really does. It tastes absolutely marvelous. It tastes so good that I'm glad I found this recipe. I'm always looking for new recipes. You can see it came out nice and creamy. It came out frothy. That's what you want, something nice and frothy. Yeah, and you can drink plenty of this and not have to worry. The only time of year you ever drink eggnog is at Christmas time. So I thought, well, this being Christmas Eve, this is ideal time for me to make it. So I can put this on my vegan page, and people can maybe make it for their Christmas dinner tomorrow. Or maybe they'll want it a little bit later on, because it doesn't take much to make it. You basically have everything in your house. Your oil, and you have your nutmeg, and you'd have your milk and your vegan sugar, or organic cane sugar, whatever you have. Use that. You have all that in your vanilla. You have all that in your house. You just go ahead and make it. It's simple enough. You see, it came out really, really good. Look at that. It came out nice and frothy. It came out. It tastes great. I'm really pleased with this recipe. I wasn't sure how it was going to taste, but I thought I'm going to give it a try, and it's really good. I don't know who, the ones that write these recipes up, and they sit there and they figure out, well, what ingredient should I use to make it? Don't think I could ever do that, because I don't know if I could get it to taste like it's supposed to, because this is supposed to taste like eggnog that you buy in the store, only better for you, and it does. You could take this and box this up and pass it off as eggnog, and people wouldn't even know the difference, because they would think they're drinking real eggnog, because it's just that good. But like Erlene said, the raw eggs in it, you don't want to eat anything raw anyway, especially eggs. They need to be fully cooked. Raw eggs are not good for you. The whites or the yolk, not at all. So you don't want to eat it raw. That's the thing. And to think, when I was growing up, I used to have that stuff all the time. I didn't know any better. I didn't know that I shouldn't be drinking eggnog because of the raw egg in it. And, you know, it tasted good to me, but when I think back on it now, ugh, you know, why did I ever do that? Why didn't I do this a long time ago and decide to change my lifestyle into something a little bit palatable, you know, which this is. So like I said, this is a simple recipe that you can make, no problem. You got everything in your kitchen, you know, the milk, and you can, if you want to use coconut milk, soy milk, whatever milk you're used to using. Almond milk is what I usually use the most because I put that in my cereal. So whatever you want to use, that's what I would suggest you use. Because I use the unsweetened for my recipes and the vanilla almond milk for my cereal. Because the unsweetened, it's okay. But for my cereal, I like a little bit flavor. Of course, I could probably put vanilla in it and make it a little bit better. But anyway, this is an awesome recipe. And I'm glad that I could come in here. It might not be a real long scope, but I'm glad I could come in because I think most people are probably on their Christmas celebration right now, Christmas Eve. They're getting together with their families. That's why there's not many in here. I'm sure Alexis is right now too. But it came out fantastic. Look at that. Would you really make this? Let me know if you'd make this. Would you put a 1 on the screen if you'd make this? Because I'm sure if once you tried it, and you find out what it tastes like, you're going to say, well, why didn't I learn? I bet you would. Oh, good. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. What'd you say? It says it is a shame, but anything that tastes good is usually not good or healthy. You're right. You're right. It's not good or healthy for you. Oh, you will tomorrow, Vanita? And I'm sure you fix this for your family. They are going to love it. And you're going to love it, too, because it's simple enough to make. You can see how easy it was for me. If you have a good blender, vitamix or whatever, if you got the deluxe cooking blender, you can try it in there. I wasn't sure what setting to put it on, custom setting, so I thought, well, I'll just use the vitamix because I know how to make it in there. So I didn't want to take any chances, so that's why I made it in there. But any good blender you have would work. My daughter's got the vitamix, and she's also got the deluxe cooking blender, so either one would work for her. But it's an awesome. I'm sure that she'd probably be the only one to drink it, though. My son-in-law wouldn't drink it, and I don't think the grandkids would either. But she would drink it, I'm sure, because it's so good. You know, and I like stuff that tastes just the way you buy it in the store. Merry Christmas to you as well. Thank you. And I hope your Christmas is a great one. Yeah, it's hard to believe that this is Christmas Eve already. Hi, good to see you. Welcome and Merry Christmas. It's really hard to believe. Where did this year go? It flew by, didn't it? Yeah, I suppose they probably wouldn't. They wouldn't drink it at all. That's the thing. They wouldn't drink it. Nope. No, I didn't put alcohol in it. No, I sure didn't. I just put 3 cups of almond milk in it, a 2/3 cup of sugar. I put a little vanilla in it, some nutmeg. I'll give you the. I turned this off, so I'll give you what the ingredients are because it says 3 cups of soy milk or any plant-based milk you might have. Now I have almond milk, as everybody knows. 2/3 cup of vegan sugar, and I use the cane sugar. 1 tablespoon of canola oil or any neutral flavored oil, which is optional. You don't have to put oil in if you don't want to, but I put the oil in it anyway. I don't use canola oil, so I put avocado in it because olive oil is not neutral tasting, not the EVVO. The light olive oil would be fine, but the EVVO is not. Or EVOO, I should say. 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and then cinnamon is optional. That's only 1 dash of cinnamon, which isn't much of that. I didn't put that in there, but that's basically all it is. You got your milk, your sugar, your nutmeg, your oil. That's all you have. And look at this. And it tastes just like the nutmeg you buy in the store. Even better. You don't have to worry about drinking raw eggs. Because really, frankly, when you think about it, why in the world would they want to put raw eggs in nutmeg like that? I don't understand that at all. Or I mean nutmeg. I mean your eggnog. I don't understand that. But they do it. They do it, and I don't understand why they. But people love it. And I'll have to admit, I drank it when I was a kid too, all the time. And I think my kids drank it too. We used to have it when they were growing up, I believe. I'm trying to recall. I think we did, but you know, not anymore. Now, my son, what he does now is he buys the apple cider. He buys that real famous apple cider. It's got the different flavors. It is very good apple cider. It can be real strong too, but it is really, really good. Martinelli's. We always have Martinelli's apple cider, like on Thanksgiving and Christmas. So they do that in place of eggnog, which is pretty good too if you've ever had Martinelli's. I mean, they've got all different kinds of flavors. They had a different one on Thanksgiving that I tried, but this is especially great for the Christmas time. And being that I know they're not going to serve it, I want to have this for myself. So I'm going to drink this up today. I'm going to leave some for the hey. I'm going to leave some for the Facebook page so I can post a picture of it, because I don't want to drink it all and not have a picture of it. But this is good stuff, man. It is awesome. It really is. It's not hard to make. It's very simple to make. It makes quite a bit, as you can see. It took me a minute or so just to mix it in my Vitamix with three cups of your non-dairy milk. Yeah, they know how to get my attention all right. This, I made some vegan eggnog. This has milk in it, non-dairy milk. I have almond milk in it. It's got vegan sugar in it, which is cane sugar. It's got a little bit of vanilla in it, non-alcoholic vanilla. A little bit of nutmeg in it, and the cinnamon is optional. I didn't put and it's got oil. It's got your avocado oil. I wouldn't have had to put the oil in there. It was optional, but I put it in there anyway. But it's actually really good. This is, and it smells really good. Look at that. Man, doesn't that look luscious? It really is good. It's good, going to be good for me too. It's better than what you buy in the store. You know, you have to be so careful of anything you buy in the store anymore. And unfortunately, the ingredients they put in your foods are very harmful, some of them. It is. It's really good. A lot of the ingredients they put in the foods that you buy in the store are very harmful for you. The manufacturers don't really care because they know you're going to buy the food anyway, especially if you've had the same thing for years, you know. But they'll just change the packaging to entice you to buy it. Colorful packaging, which I've noticed lately, real colorful packaging to get you to buy something that you may not want to buy. But you look at the ingredients on the back of the packaging. You've got to be very diligent and check the ingredients, because it may have something in there that you don't know. I was checking some vegan stuff today that I haven't seen Walmart carry. Light Life, I think. They almost look like hot dogs. I looked at the rest. I looked at the ingredients on the back, and guess what? It has carrageenan in it. I put it right back on the shelf. I wasn't about to buy it. I know. They are, you know, the thing of it is, they are slowly poisoning us. That's why it's so important to make it yourself. You know what's in it that way. The manufacturers are poisoning us, and they don't care, because they know that people are going to buy it anyway, because they're used to that product. They've been buying it for years, and they don't think a thing of it. However, they'll start getting sick, and then they'll wonder what they got sick on. What did they have to go back and trace their steps, what they had that day, or if they get sick a couple days later, what they have that made them sick. They don't realize a lot of the stuff they're eating and drinking makes them sick. Well, I suppose they are probably, and I mean, we're not immune to not dying. That's for sure. But we live a little bit longer, and we are giving our bodies the nutrients and the nutrition it needs, instead of putting all that junk in our bodies. And you got to detoxify, get rid of all that stuff that's in your body. And I'm still getting rid of that stuff. And I've been going at this for 3 years, and I'm still going a lot to try to get all that crazy stuff out of my body, But that's good, because that's what you want to get it out. I mean, I wish I had done this a long time ago, but I'm glad I did, And when you see, I wanted to get something for lunch. And everything you see there at the store is all meat. And I says, well, I'm not about to buy any meat. So I I buy vegetarian stuff and look at the ingredients to make sure it doesn't have anything in it you can't have, and eat that. You know, put it in a microwave or whatever, on the stove or whatever, and eat that. Because you got to be so careful. I implore all of you to look at your ingredients. I know my daughter's starting to look at her ingredient list quite often too, because there's carrageenan in some of the stuff that she bought the boys, like the popsicles. And then you also have high fructose corn syrup that you've got to stay away from. That stuff is poison. Do not get involved with high fructose corn syrup. It's gonna affect you badly. Even corn syrup can be bad, and high quantities of it. So I kind of avoid anything that's got corn syrup in it too. And there's so many things out. Some of the crackers, like the Ritz crackers, have high fructose corn syrup in them. And I'm thinking, well, why? They're just crackers. Why are they putting high fructose corn syrup in those? Yeah, they were drinking their water and eating. But they put high fructose corn syrup in things that you wouldn't normally think that they're putting in there. It's crazy. That stuff, I mean, corn syrup isn't as bad as high fructose corn syrup, but still, you want to be very, very certain that you want to put that in your body. So anything with corn syrup in it or high fructose corn syrup, I avoid it like the plague. I know, I couldn't believe that when I looked at the ingredient list, and it said, because I decided to pick a box up one day and said, well, I've been buying these, and I said, wonder what it has in it. And when I saw it had the high fructose corn syrup, I says, whoa. And I've been buying these, put it back on the shelf. I says, nope, I guess I can live without them. I certainly can. With high fructose corn syrup in, I'll live without them. That's poison, man. And people don't realize they're slowly being poisoned by what they're eating. They don't know it because they don't look at the ingredient list. That's true. That's true. But you know what I always say? If you're going to have anything with sugar in it, do it a vegan sugar, but do moderation, not a lot. The hint of salt does it. I'll have to check those out because I do like Ritz, and if those don't have that would be awesome. But it's terrible. You don't eat a lot of foods. I can understand why. You've got to be so careful. It's best to make it yourself, like Alexis does. She makes everything herself, and she said, if she can do it, we all can do it. And if I can do it, you can do it. Make it yourself. That way, you know what you're putting in your mouth before you put it in. You think before you put anything in your mouth. You look at the ingredients on there and you say, do I really need to put this in my mouth? Should I be eating this? And if you say, if you see the ingredient list and you say no, then put it back on the shelf. Don't buy it because you're going to do yourself more harm than good. So that's why I come on here and try to make my own foods. I don't make everything a lot now. I'm going to cut back on some of the stuff I'm making. I still buy some stuff. But some of like the burgers and stuff, I'll make them myself or something like this. You know, your smoothies, soups, because they all got too much salt in them. You know, that's not good for you either. Too much salt. That personally isn't good for you either. So you want to kind of cut back on that too. So you make your own. When you make it yourself, you can regulate how much of each ingredient goes in there, whether it's the sugar, it's the salt, or whatever it might be. You can regulate it. If you choose not to put as much in it as the recipe calls for, then you don't put that in there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, isn't that awful? Ugh. Ugh. That's awful. It's just terrible what they do to us. And like I said, they're harming us. They're causing us to get sick, and they really don't care. It's terrible. If the manufacturers cared a little bit more, people wouldn't get so sick and wouldn't be dying so young, because there's young ones dying now. You get the organic kind, Benito. That's good. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It's in there as well. It's terrible. I really don't. When I make pancakes, I don't really use buy the pancake syrup. I use either maple syrup or agave. That's what I use. And that's exactly what I think is best is to avoid as much as possible. So that's what I do. The pancake syrup, like your log cabin, it's full of sugar. Really full of sugar. Oh, you threw it in the dumpster? Oh, my goodness. I don't blame you. Let me go back there. I think there's one thing. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Spotty Chick. They are in it for the money, so they don't really care. That's exactly. You hit the nail on the head. All it is money with them. Money, money, money. They know they're going to get it, so they're just... so they'll sell it with that stuff in there, with real fancy packaging. The packaging's been changing lately. Have you been noticing? It's been getting really colorful. And that's because they're trying to sell more of it. They figure if they put it in fancy packaging, red, white, and blue, or whatever the packaging might be, real colorful packaging, with pretty pictures on the front or something, they'll get people to buy. But the problem of it is, it's the same stuff on the inside. They haven't changed it. Not one bit. The packaging has changed, but the products are, and the ingredients are the same. So what good does that do? Nothing at all. I noticed that. I've seen a lot of some of the stuff that I buy, the packaging's changed. I says, oh, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get me to buy that, you know. Especially something you may not have bought before, and they want you to buy it. So they'll put put fancy packaging out so that you'll turn around and buy it. Forget it. I don't need the fancy packaging. I don't need that at all. I think I'm going to get off of here in a little bit. I know this is a short scope, but I got my gifts to wrap up yet, and I want to take time to do that. So I just wanted to show you this. This is what it looks like. I'm going to post this up on my vegan page. Take a picture of this. Post it on my vegan page and let you guys try it. Because I know that you probably would like to try it. It's simple to make. I mean, it's just got milk and your oil in it, your vanilla, and your nutmeg in it. I mean, you can't go any, you know, you can't, and sugar, vegan sugar, like your, oh, I sure will. And before I go, I wanted to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. I won't be coming in tomorrow because I'll be at my son's tomorrow. But I wish you all a great and fantastic day tomorrow. And I hope that your day goes blessed. And I will see you again on Thursday probably. Hopefully I will. So, with that being said, God bless, take care. Merry Christmas to all. And have a great and marvelous day. Bye-bye.